in like 2 or 3 seconds, I'm going to press go live.
Cool. All right, we're live. I think we'll see. Hopefully, we never know when the live starts, but that's all right. We'll work on something for next week. It's the SNG Weekly Wrap Up, SNG Network. Go check them out, sngnetwork.com. We're doing a good draft today. We didn't do a poll last week on last week's draft, so AJ, I think you got away with not coming in last place for 1 week. So congratulations.
Yay!
It's got to feel good. Got to feel good. Joe, you came up with the draft.
No consequences.
Yeah, no consequences. Joe, you came up with the draft this week. Are you nervous heading into this week's?
No, I think I was able to make it think of something neutral, which was kind of my goal the whole way. My original idea we won't reveal because perhaps we can find a way to use it at another time. But this was my plan B.
And I do love your original idea. So I do hope we can use it. We'll have to tell these guys off air. And Dan, we'll go to you real quick because you're YouTube famous now. So why don't you should shout out your YouTube channel.
I should, yeah. It's just Dan. It's Dan BTF on YouTube. Maybe I should put it in the
put it in the chat
thing here. But yeah, this week I've been getting like quite a lot of views on there. I think I've had like more or less 4,000 hours of view time over the last week. So there was no celebrities on the podcast last time we recorded, and yeah, it's a different landscape now. So no, I will not be abusing those powers when we do the polls either.
We'll
it's gonna
see.
be straight down the line.
Are you nervous though now? I feel like now you have an image to maintain. The rest of us don't really. We can all be schlubs on this.
No, not really. It's all good.
Good. Well,
yeah.
Let's jump right into the draft. I'm at Adam West High School, renamed formerly James Woods High School from Family Guy. But Joe, since this was your draft, why don't you intro what we're doing today? Why I'm at Adam West High School.
So you're at Adam West High School because this is the cartoon school draft. So we have an English teacher, history teacher, math teacher, science teacher, phys ed, BC term, phys ed, computer teacher, drama teacher, cafeteria worker, janitor, and principal. So the eligible participants for this are all cartoon characters.
Yes.
So we do not have to worry about gender, age, range, some of these things that have kind of hamstrung us towards the end of the draft. But I'm sure there will still be a couple, landmines here. So.
Yeah, I'm curious. Sure. I'm curious to see if there's any real bad picks on the board, or if it's another week where it doesn't really matter if you have the last pick or not. We'll see. We'll see. But AJ,
I have a question about the cafeteria worker.
Okay.
Is this like the lunch lady? Is she making making the food, serving the food?
Making the food.
Yeah.
And you have we have principal spelled wrong, James.
Do we?
Come on, James.
L-E.
Principal.
That's this principal.
Oh. There we go. There we go. First
it was more obvious. It was more obvious than we thought.
Yes, it was. I was like, I know it doesn't end in LE. But also, Joe does have access to the Google Doc and could have just changed it himself. But thanks for bringing that to everyone's attention. Appreciate that.
He actually deleted the R in the beginning.
Yeah, he did.
Power move.
I'm gonna go back and check the tape. AJ, you are the last pick of this week's draft, so you will reveal your list first. Give us the cartoon characters. Unless you're not ready.
I'm glad nobody gets. No, I'm glad nobody's gonna get to steal some of my picks.
Okay.
For English, we've got Goofy.
Okay.
History, got Daffy Duck. For math, I have the Brain from Pinky and the Brain.
Okay.
Science, we have Wiley Coyote.
I think that's how you spell it. But Joe, please
It's
correct
Wiley Coyote.
Please correct me if I'm wrong.
I think that's it. Can I stop you there though? I don't have roles for each. I just have.
I don't
me
either.
That's
I
fine.
don't either.
Yeah, I don't think we need to stick in the roles. But I think the brain, makes more sense to me as the math guy. So this is how I wrote it. Anyway, I'll just run through the rest of my people. Johnny Bravo.
No, you stole one of mine.
We got Ren from Ren and Stimpy.
Oh my god!
I don't know which is which. I never watched it.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, there goes two off my list.
Wow. We got Dexter.
Okay.
Mike Wazowski.
Okay, that's one I certainly don't know how to spell.
Is that a animated character?
He's from Monsters Inc. He's Billy Crystal's character. He's just like a blob with an eye.
Have you seen Monsters Inc., Dan?
I have, yeah. I know the character.
Yeah. Okay.
We got Shrek.
Okay.
And another Monsters Inc. character, Roz. She's like the slug.
Nice.
Watching you, Wazowski. I had her as my janitor because I thought it'd be funny if she's like mopping and then leaving a trail of slime right after she
Nice.
Be a pretty bad school setup, but yeah, that would be fun. well, you've taken two from my list, so we'll have to think on the fly. I'm gonna go with Lil Bill, from the show Lil Bill. I think it's actually Little Bill. Let me correct that. Then we've got I had Ren. Well, I had both Ren and Stimpy, so I'll put Stimpy on there. I'll go with Pinky since you have the brain. I've got Miss Valerie Frizzle from the Magic School Bus.
Her name is Valerie?
Yeah, Valerie Frizzle. Miss Frizzle. I've got Larry the Lobster from SpongeBob. Let's see what else. We've got Garfield. I figured Garfield counted because he's on a comic strip. He's a cartoon.
Yeah, it's definitely a cartoon. 100%.
Yeah, okay. I've got Elon Tusk from BoJack. Jack Skellington.
Nice.
I have Stinky, not to be confused with Stimpy, from the show Stinky and Dirty. He's a garbage truck. And then I also have
a garbage truck.
He's a garbage truck, yes. From the show, my nephew is obsessed with garbage and garbage trucks, and he loves the show Stinky and Dirty. So shout out Christian Orico. And then I've got Vincent Adultman, also from BoJack Horseman. Dan, we'll go to you for your list.
Okay. Yeah, a couple of mine are gone already as well. I've gone for Helga from Hey Arnold.
Nice.
I've got Cat Dog.
I hate Cat Dog.
From Cat Dog.
Freaks me out.
I had Dexter, so I'll spin on that one. I've got Duffman from The Simpsons. I've got Zoidberg from Futurama.
Good pick.
I've got DW from Hey Arthur.
Nice.
Just DW. Quagmire from Family Guy. Scar.
Definitely don't want him in your school.
Scar from The Lion King.
Not a good place for Quagmire.
It's not a good place. We've got Sandy the Squirrel, or just Sandy from SpongeBob.
Okay.
And I just want to check the numbers. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so I got 2 more. Wait, 9. Okay, so I've got 1 more. And then I'm taking Lil and Phil because they come as one. From
who is that?
Rugrats. Lil and Phil. They're the annoying 2 little twins.
Sure.
So yeah, Lil and Phil. I think that's 10, right?
Oh
no, maybe that is.
No, that's 10.
It is
that's
10.
10. Oh no, I wrote Scar twice.
Okay, yeah, that's what confused me. Okay, and then I got Papa Smurf. Then is my is my other one.
I don't know how that happened. My brain broke there for a second. All right, Joe, your list.
So I have Foghorn Leghorn.
Nice.
I thought he would be on AJ's list, actually.
I have Squidward. I have Brian Griffin.
Who's that?
Hank Hill.
Who's Brian Griffin from Family Guy?
The dog from Family Guy.
Oh, right.
Dora. I don't think she has a last name.
It is. She does have a last name. It's Explorer.
The Explorer.
The is her middle name.
Velma. Again, not sure if there's a last name.
Velma, you said?
Velma from Scooby Doo.
She's hot on the streets right now. Or no, is it Daphne? Which one's hot on the streets? Velma is, because she's got a show coming out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
Like
people are. Yeah, there's a lot of internet pervs that are very into Velma right now. So I'll leave it at that.
Jimmy Neutron. Bob the Builder. The whole Paw Patrol cast, because I don't know any of the characters.
Nice. So you get all of them.
Just all of them.
Nice. That's good. Too bad we don't have like a security guard. Paw Patrol would be great for that.
And then Scooby Doo himself.
Nice.
Nice.
Just since everyone's gone through their list and it hasn't been taken, I'm taking Pinky off my list just because he wasn't originally there, and I'm replacing him with Mr. Poopy Butthole from Rick and Morty. So decide if you want him in your school or not. Joe, we've got a pretty good board here, and the choice is yours. So
yeah. I hate to do this. I'm gonna make a change here because it's Frizzle, not Fizzle, and I'm gonna take her as my.
Is it Fizzle? Did I mess that up?
Frizzle with the
Frizzle. Oh yeah. No, I knew it was Frizzle. Did I type that wrong? Nice. Well, thanks again for pointing it out.
I'm going to make her. I don't know what she teaches in the show. So I'm gonna have her as my history teacher.
Okay. I think that's a bad pick. No offense.
He's the only teacher on the board.
I mean, I think she's a science teacher.
Oh, is she?
She uses the school bus to teach them science.
I've never seen an episode.
Okay. Well,
I know that she
is a teacher. I mean, you got that right, but we'll see. We'll decide at the end if that was
where did you pick her?
For history. Crazy.
I thought they went through like different eras of like time.
They go through body parts. Volcanoes.
It's a whole lot of science. Basically, every kind of science that you could think of.
Pretty much exclusively science.
Yes. Dan, your pick.
I think I'm going to take the obvious pick on the board and put Dexter in as my science teacher. I think a lot of people will make that assumption quite early on that Dexter will be in this draft. So if I get him in as science teacher, that's a coup.
Yeah, no, that's a great pick. That's a great pick. Oh man, I don't know where to go on this board. Oh man, I'm gonna take the brain. But again, like Joe, I don't know what teacher to put him as.
There's a lot of really bad picks on the board.
Yes, there's a lot of terrible picks.
Like it's gonna get worse. If we're struggling to pick our first picks. It's gonna
I think I'm gonna put the brain. I can't decide if he should be math or science. I'm going to put him in math. I'll put him in math. Just whatever. I don't know what to do with the brain, but I know he's probably the smartest one left. So, AJ, that leaves you with 2 picks.
It does, and you're right about the amount of smarts here. So I'm gonna take Jimmy Neutron.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put him in science.
Okay.
And
Joe's got the ringer on the board, and she's sitting in history. And now we officially have no more smart people left.
Pretty much. Actually, give me Jimmy Neutron as math.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Bob the Builder for science.
Okay. Makes sense. Bob
the Builder.
Well, it's built right there in her name. I'm gonna take Dora the Explorer, and I'm gonna put her as my history teacher.
That would have been my next choice.
Yeah.
So it's me next.
So it's you, yeah.
I'm glad this pick is still on the board. I was going to go with this as my first pick, but then I thought I better get Dexter on there. But I'm going to take Sandy from SpongeBob, and I want her as my principal.
Okay.
I think she will be a good person to lead the school. Lots of energy, enthusiasm, and it'd be nice to have a female character in the leading role for once in one of these drafts.
Yes.
Sandy,
that was another reason I went Dora.
Yeah, Sandy Squirrel as my principal. I'm pretty happy with that.
Okay. Joe, you've got 2 picks, and there's a bounty out there. There's tons to choose from.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go. He writes a book in the show, and he's well read. So I'll go with Brian Griffin as English.
Okay.
Good pick.
And because he does have a little bit of a innovative mind, and he's good with kids, I'll take Mike Wazowski as science.
Nice. Okay, Dan.
I think I'm going to take. Yeah, it gets tough at this point. I'll take Zoidberg as my math teacher. I think he's a doctor, right? He's like a surgeon.
I've never seen
he's a
Futurama.
doctor, but it's
Yeah. Great one though. Yeah.
Yeah, I think as my math teacher, it'll be good. It'll be good. So yeah, Zoidberg.
All right, well, I'm thrilled that this pick is still on the board. I'm taking Elon Tusk. It's Elon Musk with tusks, and I'll put him as my science teacher. I'm thrilled to get Elon Tusk.
What is Elon Tusk from?
From Rick and Morty.
From Rick and Morty. Okay.
Yeah. Or is it Rick and
BoJack.
Morty or BoJack? No, it's Rick and Morty. It's Rick and Morty.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rick and Morty. Yeah.
I think I said BoJack before, but it is from Rick and Morty. All right,
It
AJ, you've
sounds
got
like
2
it
picks.
should be a BoJack.
It should be a BoJack, and I swear Elon Musk was in BoJack
I know.
as well.
I think there is. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. No, actually. Yeah, okay, so there's an Elon Tusk in BoJack as well. That's weird. It's very odd. Yeah, he's in both Rick and Morty and BoJack, and he's animated basically exactly the same.
He spans multiple.
That's
storylines.
crazy. All right. Well, there you go.
That was a good pick. I
Thank
feel
you.
like I have to go with leadership here, because if you have some of these characters as the principal, then it's all just gonna fall apart. So
Yes.
I'm like looking at who might have leadership potential, and I think it's gonna be Shrek. I mean, he ruled an entire kingdom, so taking Shrek as my principal.
Okay.
Knows how to keep some unruly people in line.
I like that.
And
Like
then,
that logic.
then I'll take Velma for history.
Velma. Where's Velma? There you go. All right. Velma for history. All right. My pick came around quicker than I wanted it to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Yeah, I want leadership too, but I don't know that it exists on this board. I'm going to take Larry the Lobster, and I'll put him as my gym teacher. I'm assuming he'll teach sports as well, so our sports program will be very good. So whatever. I don't know where to go on this board. Dan, where are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking a happy school will have a good cafeteria. So I think that's that's my position that I'm trying to fill right now. There's not too many good picks out there for necessarily as chefs. But I think I'm gonna have to go with purely the more hands on deck. The better this cafeteria is gonna run. So I'll take Paw Patrol in the cafeteria as my pick.
All right,
they're organized. They've run an operation before, so I think dealing with lunch times will be fine.
A lot of peanut butter and rolled up meats for
better
lunch.
Than Scooby snacks.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
Joe, you have 2 picks.
Yeah, give me Johnny Bravo for gym. There's just not another gym teacher on the board.
I think there's one.
I think I
took him.
And give me Hank Hill as my principal.
Okay. That was going to be my next pick, Joe. Tough sitting in that 3rd spot. Dan, AJ, I love watching you have to cross out and write down where people have their picks. It's great.
Doing it real time.
I love that.
I knocked the internet out for the house that I'm working
at. Dan, your next pick. You've got a lot of positions to fill here.
Yeah, I think this is kind of a slightly odd pick, but there is some logic to it. And I think that this guy has had to wipe many a hard drive in his life. So I'm going to take Quagmire as my computer science guy. Because, I think he's that might be the one sort of subject where it might be safer. Those STEM subjects, traditionally, you have more of a male intake as well, so he might kind of be less threatening in a role like that.
Well, everyone knows the computer guy's creepy at school anyway, for the most part, right? So it's kind of
fits the bill.
Yeah, it fits the bill. So it's kind of perfect. All right, I have to go. I mean, I just don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Jack Skellington for my principal.
It's a good pick.
Yeah, I mean, he was able to get his whole Halloween town to start. They made Christmas. So if he can do that, he can lead my school. I have no doubts about that. AJ, you've got 2 picks. I'm gonna start moving these characters over to consolidate the board a little bit.
Okay. I'm going to go with Stinky the garbage truck for my janitor.
Good pick. Don't want a dirty school.
You don't want a dirty school. And he's the only one who really seems like he'd have a niche there.
It's a great show, by the way.
I believe you. I'll take your word for it and never and I'll take Helga as drama. She's very dramatic. She does her little monologue soliloquies on the side about Arnold. I think she'd be a great drama teacher.
Okay. Oh man. We're really getting to it here, boys. Oh man, I have no idea. I have no idea what to pick. I wish I knew who Ren and Stimpy were. Like, I wish I'd seen the show. I feel like that would be helpful. I mean, I know what they look like. That's about enough for me.
Which is Stimpy, the fat one?
No, I don't know what they individually look like. I know what Ren and Stimpy look like together.
One of them is like a whole mouth, like his whole body.
I would assume, based on the name, I would assume that's Stimpy, right? But, yeah, I don't know. You know what? Just because I want him, I'm gonna take Papa Smurf. And I feel like he'd be good with. He's an alien, right? So he's probably good with computers. Take Papa Smurf for my computers. I don't know a thing about the Smurfs.
Old people
either.
are awful with technology. Papa
Yeah,
Smurf's
but he's an
like
alien.
He's like the elder of the village.
He's like 300 years old.
Yeah, but an old alien, you know, is about equivalent to one of us. I feel like in terms of technology.
They live like Amish people.
Do they? Honestly, I don't know a thing about the Smurfs. I should have taken them for English, I guess.
They live in like mushrooms.
Yeah. I have some intel. Ren is an emotionally unstable and sociopathic chihuahua, and Stimpy is a good-natured yet dim-witted cat.
Okay.
If that helps at all.
I'm glad I didn't take Stimpy for.
I might have to go with the. Where would an emotionally unstable and sociopathic chihuahua fit into my school? Maybe they don't. No, maybe not. So I will go with Cat Dog's going to bring a lot of energy. Cat Dog will be good for gym, I think.
Okay.
Cats and dogs love running around. You got both of them in one creature. So yeah, Cat Dog is my gym teacher, and they can kind of watch all places as well. They'd be a good referee.
I'm thrilled to not have Cat Dog on my list. Cat Dog freaks me out. Everything about it is I don't like it. So I'm happy someone else took it and I get stuck with them. Joe, you've got 2 picks here. You've got math, computer, drama, cafeteria, and janitor to fill.
For the same reasons AJ took Helga, I'll take Squidward as drama. He appreciates
Great pick.
the
That is a
arts.
great pick.
That is a great pick.
Why didn't I come up with that?
And I don't eat lasagna, but he definitely values a good meal. So I'll have to take Garfield as my cafeteria.
Aren't you worried he'll just eat all of the food though?
Yeah.
No, he gets too lazy. It's too much thinking.
Yeah, true. Dan, you've got English, history, drama, and janitor to fill.
I am going to take. I feel like Scar would make a good history teacher. He talks a lot about like the history of his family and stuff in Lion King. So I'll take Scar as a history teacher.
I was just about to take Scar as my janitor. I felt like he cleaned up the whole murder mess pretty well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But stolen right from under me because I took Papa Smurf. All right, I am going to take. None of these characters, to my knowledge, have a great command of the English language.
So they could learn on the job, though. Some of them.
Yeah, could. I don't know if I have many learners. I'm going to take Little Bill. I feel like he's, kind of the most normal of the characters left. Even though
who is Little Bill?
Little Bill Cosby.
Okay.
He was little though, so he's okay in the school for now.
Okay.
So I'll put him as my English teacher. We'll fire him. He's got a clause where once he turns 18, he's fired. But for right now, Little Bill is all right in my school.
Be a kid teacher.
Yes. AJ, you've got 2 picks for English, gym, computer, and cafeteria.
Oh, we can't hear you.
I'm gonna take Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Nice.
For computer.
I mean, the guy's a genius, Mr. Poopy Butthole.
he's a genius. He's really close with Rick, and so if he needs any really bad troubleshooting, Rick is a genius.
He's also Professor Poopy Butthole in the newest season. So there you go.
Exactly. So,
Steal of the draft.
I think that was a good pick. I'm gonna take Foghorn Leghorn for Jim. I say I'm gonna kick your ass all over the field, boy. He will whip their little butts into shape. Now, son, that's not how you climb a rope here.
All right. Well, but going off the Squidward and Helga logic, I'm going to take Daffy Duck to be my drama teacher. That's another very dramatic character. Knew I couldn't have him for English, so he can be my drama teacher. All right, we're down to not too many great picks left.
I'm taking DW as my English teacher.
Okay.
I think she was fairly smart in Hey Arthur, so I think she's a safe pick there, English teacher.
Okay. Joe, you've got 2 picks.
Yeah, let me take just because it fits the subject. Just put Roz as my math teacher.
Okay.
Great math teacher energy.
She does. She really does.
My middle school math teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And
She reminds me of my first grade. Did you ever have Miss Coster, AJ?
No, but I knew of her.
Yeah, she reminds me of her. And she was great at math. She taught me a lot about math. So, all right, Joe, sorry. Your next pick.
And then just because he has so many supplies, because of Acme supplies, I'll take Wiley Coyote as the janitor.
Okay. But he never knew how to use any of the supplies.
Well, he's not going to be acting under pressure, hopefully. It's just going to be
Yeah.
to worry about the Roadrunner.
True.
That is a dangerous pick. He causes a lot of destruction.
Yes, he might blow up your school in one day.
I think I got to give him a chance without Roadrunner and see what he's made of in a more.
What happens when Roadrunner starts running around the school?
This is a post Roadrunner
Society.
So he just he has no purpose. He just mobs.
Dan, you've got either what do you have, drama or janitor?
Yeah, I think I got one of the picks of the draft here actually. So drama, a lot of drama is like dressing up and disguising yourself in transforming into a different character. So, who's better at doing that than Scooby Doo? Famously, love the disguise. So Scooby Doo is going to go in as my drama teacher, and you would really look forward to that class. You have a drama class coming up with Scooby Doo. I think you can kind of, I think I could see him in that position. So I'm pretty happy to get that as my whatever round this is, 9th round pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna, much like your Paw Patrol logic, I'm gonna take Vincent Adult Man for my cafeteria because you've got 3 people. It's a steal of a pick. You've got 3 people working on food, and everyone knows Vincent Adultman was very intuitive. He's was great at coming up with different concoctions to disguise himself. He'll be great in the kitchen. AJ, round out your draft. You've got English and cafeteria left.
Yes.
Are you going to split up Ren and Stimpy?
No, definitely. No, I am. I'm totally.
You are, yeah. Okay.
Because then there will be less of the chaos. Ren, I think, tries to prey on Stimpy's stupidity. So, where would I put this narcissistic, sociopathic chihuahua? In English.
Okay.
Be my English teacher, because he's not stupid. He's intelligent. He just, maybe this would be a good way to channel some of his sociopathicness. And I will take Lil and Phil as my lunch people. they're gonna hit it hard with the pizza and the chicken nuggets and the pudding, and like you guys, it's also multiple people. So value pick, I think.
Okay.
In the cafeteria.
Well, I'm gonna take the evil I don't know, because I don't know who Duffman is. But I didn't want Stimpy or Goofy, so I'll take him as my janitor. I just looked him up. He looks pretty buff. He looks like, maybe a failed athlete that's now, stuck miserably janitoring away.
Yeah. I think he's very sort of narcissistic. So I'm not sure I'm not sure he'd take kindly to kind of being the janitor role, but
at least I don't have a bumbling idiot.
Pretty strong. Yeah, so that leaves me with either let me just remind myself, Stimpy is a good-natured, dim-witted cat, and Goofy is a dog, right?
Yes.
And it's
a dim-witted dog.
Yeah,
so I've got
they're
a
very similar characters.
Dog or a dim-witted cat.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I've got.
He's not like dim-witted. He just sounds goofy.
What do you mean Goofy's not dim-witted?
Yeah,
Not
I think
stupid. He's got a job.
I think Goofy is going to be my pick.
Okay.
Because I think he's got more star power than Stimpy. And yeah, we'll go with Goofy. And I got a lot of dogs on the team anyway. We've got Cat Dog, Scooby Doo, the whole cast of Paw Patrol.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, I think that's a good pick.
So we all thought Papa Smurf was going to be the worst computer teacher. Joe, can you spin it that Stimpy is a better computer teacher than Papa Smurf?
He's younger.
True.
No, but it's spam.
Not distracted by Ren. He's bigger, I think. Commands more of the classroom than a miniature alien.
Yeah, I don't know whether do we know the scaling of the Smurfs? Do they ever?
I think they're really, really small.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then yeah, you're better off with Stimpy. Yeah, I still think
I'd almost rather have someone just say, "Go do your thing in the classroom," than have Stimpy try to teach a computer class.
I feel like by now the computer class kind of teaches itself.
True.
Yeah, these kids are turning up at school knowing more than Quagmire.
Yeah. Joe, I gotta say
that has to be like our weakest, category.
Yeah.
Either computer or English.
Well, you killed it with Mr. Poopy Bubble. I gotta say that was a great pick. I thought Brian was a great pick for English. Joe, though, your whole draft fell apart when you took Miss Frizzle, who was the number 1 overall pick, and you made her teach history.
I don't mind that because I don't think I wouldn't have found a better, I'm happy with my science teacher,
Yeah, but she has 270 episodes of her teaching science.
She can adjust. She's a real teacher. She's doing what's best for the team. Mike Wazowski is an innovative, science guy, basically. He's converting energy sources. He's very ahead in science. I'm okay with that. I think science is our strongest category on here.
Yeah, I'm quite happy to have both the brain and Elon Tusk for math and science. I'm pretty happy with my list. It sounds like I maybe made an error with Papa Smurf, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with how I ended up. Especially getting Jack Skellington to command this whole crew. I feel like he'll be a good principal. AJ, how are you feeling about yours?
I love my list. I think it's really strong. I think Ren is probably the biggest weakness. I think I got the best janitor. I think I got the best principal. My science and math and gym aren't the best, but they're definitely not the worst. I think I got a great mix of characters here. I don't see any weaknesses, really.
I think you might have to start drafting on paper every week. It's worked out nicely for you.
Really actively engaged in the process.
Exactly. Dan, how are you feeling? Yet again, Dan, I think with a solid list.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's solid is probably the right word. My probably two potential like weaker spots on my team is, well, obviously having Quagmire in a school is one.
Taken in the 5th round too. Probably could have got him.
Like
Maybe
Zoidberg.
the 10th.
Zoidberg's a clever guy, but someone mentioned, he's not like the best surgeon in the world. So he's another sort of slight risk. And then Cat Dog can be annoying, but I still think all of those people kind of have reasons to be in those roles. But yeah, I'm happy. I like having Sandy in there as well as the principal. I think she's an astronaut, someone to look up to. So yeah, I think Sandy's probably my strongest pick there, and Dexter. Dexter as a science guy is pretty cool.
Yeah, of course.
Dexter is definitely the number 1 or 2 pick.
Yeah, I thought Dexter was the number 2. I think Joe made the right pick, just wrong slot, but we'll see.
Who is Valerie Frizzle?
The Magic School Bus. She's the teacher from the Magic School Bus. Have you ever watched that, Dan? Did you have that over in the UK?
I think so, but the Magic School Bus.
She basically would just take her Magic School Bus, into people's bodies or around the solar system or, into volcanoes, like AJ said. Never really discussed any
pointy
history,
nose.
She does have a very pointy nose.
But you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, like if they were to revamp the Magic School Bus and have Miss Frizzle teach history, and she takes her Magic School Bus like throughout time, I would also watch that show. I think Joe's onto something.
I thought that was the premise. Thought that was you're going from in the school bus to different time periods.
Not the premise. This would be like
made more sense than going down somebody's body in a school bus.
See, to me, yeah, exactly, Joe. To me, though, it feels like you draft Anthony Davis first overall, and then you spend 3 years trying to make him a point guard. It doesn't make sense. You play to their strengths.
That's what they got DeMarcus Cousins the next year.
Yeah, you got to play to their strengths, but we'll let the audience decide. We'll have a poll out. We try to do these like Wednesday, Dan.
Yes.
We'll try to have the poll out. So check out SNG. Now I think it's network_SNG on Twitter. It'll be on my Instagram as well. But that's it. That's a wrap on this draft. We'll figure something out for next week. Anyone want to make any last thoughts on their team, or should I just hand it to AJ to send us out this week?
Yes.
It's gonna be my new thing. I'm just gonna make one of you guys send us out every week.
We're going to send this out together. It is a beautiful Sunday afternoon with a Gregorian monk chant.